Hawaii. The Night Marchers. Thomas didn't know the old trail was Kapu sacred forbidden. All he saw was a shortcut. He'd flown to Oahu to photograph ancient sites for a travel magazine. It wasn't his usual gig, but the money was solid, and the island, he figured, would be relaxing. Palm trees, luau's, tourists in floral shirts. He didn't count on the warnings. Locals told him not to hike alone, especially not at night, and never near the Pali Cliffs. He'd laughed. Ghost warriors? Come on. But as the sun dipped below the horizon and the clouds bled red, Thomas found himself deep in the jungle, thick ferns brushing his legs, camera in hand, walking an unmarked trail behind a broken stone wall. He should have turned around. The air was too still. No birds, no wind, just the steady thump of his heartbeat and the squelch of wet ground beneath his boots. He saw the torches first, flickering lights in a perfect line, moving across the ridge high above. Then came the drums deep, slow, like thunder rolled through bone. He froze. The line of lights grew brighter. The shadows between them twisted, shifted, and resolved into figures. Men, tall, proud, bare-chested, draped in capes of feathers and bark cloth, spears in hand, helmets carved from bone and adorned with shark teeth. Their eyes glowed faint gold. Thomas raised his camera, then stopped. A whisper in the back of his mind, not his own voice. Don't look, don't breathe, don't exist. The torches descended the ridge. He crouched low, hidden behind a tree, heart hammering. The air grew cold and electric. Then they were there, dozens of them. The Night Marchers. Their feet didn't touch the ground. They floated inches above the jungle floor. But each step thudded through the air as if the earth itself remembered them. They passed in silence, except for one. He stopped, turned his head, looked directly at Thomas. He'd been seen. A scream built in Thomas's throat, but no sound came out. The warrior pointed his spear. The others turned, torches flaring. The jungle lit up in golden flame. Thomas ran. He didn't know where, just away. Branches tore at his arms. Rocks bloodied his feet. The air behind him burned. The drums chased him faster now, urgent, like a war chant rising. He tripped over a root and rolled down an embankment, crashing into a stream. He surfaced, gasping. They stood on the bank, staring down, unmoving, waiting. Then, slowly, they began to walk across the water toward him. He whispered, "I'm sorry." One warrior raised his hand and time shattered. Suddenly, Thomas was in another world. An ancient village, torches lit, chanting in the air, warriors preparing for battle. He felt their rage, their grief, their pride. He was one of them. He remembered the betrayal, the land taken, the blood spilled. Then the flash of cannon fire. Then the screams. Then darkness. He awoke on the beach at dawn, soaked and shivering, with sand in his mouth and blood in his ears. His camera was gone, his memory a blur of gold and fire. Locals found him wandering the highway near Kaneohe, mumbling in Hawaiian, though Thomas didn't speak the language. He was hospitalized for dehydration and trauma. He never spoke again, not in English, not in any language doctors could recognize. But sometimes, when thunderstorms rolled in over the Pali Cliffs, Thomas would rise from bed, raise an invisible spear, and whisper to the sky, "I walk with them now." No one who visits his room during these episodes escapes unchanged. One nurse suffered a stroke after touching him mid-trance. Another went blind in one eye. All of them reported the same final phrase, "They're still marching." And in the hills of Oahu, if you listen closely on stormy nights, you can still hear the distant sound of drums beating not just in the sky, but inside your chest. If you see torches on the ridges, look away. If you hear footsteps behind you on an empty trail, don't turn around. And whatever you do, don't be seen. Like and subscribe.